One of the frequently asked questions when introducing Agile to individuals or companies is, how are we gonna charge the customer if the scope is not fixed? The way we used to charge customers in traditional projects is to estimate the expected effort that we would need to build a specific number of features, and from there we can calculate the expected duration, the number of resources, and hence the total costs of the project. But things are not the same in Agile. To accommodate the dynamic nature of Agile projects, the Agile Manifesto third value focuses on customer collaboration over contract negotiation. In order to create valuable products, customers should work continuously with the project team to accommodate the project changing requirements, rather than wasting their time in non-value-added activities of negotiating a rigid contract. So, what we need to achieve in Agile Contracting is to create flexible contract models that are able to handle the fact that requirements and solutions evolve over time. Let's have now a closer look at Agile Contracting. As we have mentioned before, Agile projects imply the inverted triangle of constraints, by which the project schedule and cost are fixed and the scope is adjusted to create the highest priority, best quality product under those fixed constraints. This is unlike the traditional projects where the scope is fixed but schedule and cost may vary to complete the specified scope. So, the idea in Agile Contracting is to create the maximum value of features or functions within the given cost and time frame. So here comes the need to create tailored contracts that allow more customer involvement in providing frequent feedback, in reprioritizing the product backlog according to high-value deliverables, that allow customer flexibility to close the contract when the needed return on investment is created, this of course through a win-win relationship, and that allow a collaborative approach that pursues a shared risk-reward relationship between the buyer and the seller, where all sides win. That's why Agile contracts were created. There are different ways to structure Agile contracts, but let's spend a moment to explain them, so please pay attention. The first contract model is called the money for nothing and change for free. I remember a famous song by the Dire Straits band that's called Money for Nothing and Your Checks for Free. One of my favorites actually. But here we are talking about changes and not checks. Pretty different. And this contract involves a standard fixed price contract that includes time and material clause for additional work. A change for free clause is added. The aim of this clause is that after each iteration, the product owner works with the customer in prioritizing the backlog items. Any requirement that hasn't already been worked on can be swapped out for another requirement of equal value. So, if the customer wants to add a new feature, simply they can add it. But in return, they should pick another feature or more from the backlog to remove. The idea here is that we agreed to work a fixed amount of time and effort. You can change the scope as you want as long as we will keep the time and effort fixed. This clause is only valid if the customer works continuously with the project team in each iteration. On the other hand, the money for nothing clause is added to allow the customer to terminate the contract early if there is no added value in the backlog. So if the customer reached the point where they are either satisfied with what they got so far or even if they want to cancel the whole thing, we are fine for that. We just need to put in the contract what we should do then. And usually we will split the cost of the remaining work, so everybody wins. The customer will not have to pay extra for work they don't need, and the development company will get compensated for stopping the project early. So our company is sort of get some money for the work they didn't do, and hence money for nothing. However, the change for free and the money for nothing clauses will be void if the customer is not engaged with the product team in each iteration. In this case, the contract returns to just time and material. Let's explore the second Agile contract model, which is the graduated fixed price contract. This model allows both the buyer and the seller to share the risk-reward resulted from the schedule variance. If the project team delivers on time, they will get paid on their standard agreed upon hourly rate. But if they deliver faster, they get paid for fewer hours but at a higher rate. Conversely, the project team would suffer a rate of reduction for late delivery. Third contract, the fixed price increments. In this model, rather than locking the entire project scope and budget into a simple agreement, the scope can be divided into fixed price micro-deliverable, such as user stories or iterations. For the customer, this gives more control over how the money is spent, and for the project team, this limits the financial risk of overcommitment to a single feature or deliverable. Next contract, the DSDM contract. And the DSDM stands for Dynamic Systems Development Method. This contract focuses on work being fit for business use and to pass tests rather than matching a specification. So, instead of delivering what we think is what the customer asked for, the customer themselves will test what they got and only pays if what they got is fit for the needs of their business. So we have now explained the 4 models of Agile contracts. There are another types of customized contracts, and we have seen contracts that are created of different pieces of those Agile contracts. These contracting models allow the customer to prioritize the work and prevent the seller from adding huge contingencies that are added usually to account for the increased costs or other risks. That allows all sides to win and encourages mutual collaboration between the buyer and the seller. Let's move now to another topic, but in the coming video.